Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail heroic. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to keep your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, we surrender. False good, important news are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to another DS9 Wednesday for September 23rd, 2020. Nephew O' Prey is 1/4 of 1 year old today. Nephew O' Prey's 1/4 of a year birthday. Happy birthday to Nephew O' Prey, who may or may not show up during this stream. Sis O' Prey is coming over with Nephew O' Prey to stay the night. So she'll be here tonight, tomorrow, and probably through tomorrow night into Friday. So we'll have some Nephew O' Prey, possibly today, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. But Nephew O' Prey watch is in full effect. Sassy has been diligently checking the windows, and I will put the camera on the TV so Mom O' Prey can see should they pull up. Although she has said she would call when she was on her way. At least once she was not able to call in the past on her way because she accidentally left her cell phone in her pocketbook, which was put in the back of the Uber, and she obviously couldn't get to it while driving. So it happens. It's happened before that even though she was going to call, she never got the chance until she was literally outside the door. So it's always the possibility Sis O' Prey shows up unannounced. And a big thank you to John Araki for a $1 super chat and to Pixelate for a $2 super chat. Pixelate says there are blue spots as he makes sure I never live down the fact that I believe and still believe that the DS9 I watched, Jadzia Dax had blue spots. However, in rewatching previous DS9 episodes, they now appear to be brown spots, which means the only rational explanation is the Mandela effect. I am from a different universe where clearly my memory was correct and everybody else was wrong due to some sort of fracture in space-time. I do not know why nothing has popped up. Usually we see. Is that what I deleted? Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! I accidentally hit remove from something from the scene, and I didn't know what it was. I did not know what it was. And now okay, we're going to get for quiet just a second. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. There is no Dear Bob. Thank you, Yosef. Don't get excited. There is no Dear Bob. I accidentally deleted something from the scene. I thought it was Garfield, but it apparently was the super chat window. So we will do it again for John Araki.
Live long.
Thank you, John Araki. You got hippie Spock and Pixelate. We'll play again for Pixelate's donation, and Pixelate got Jean-Luc as a Borg, Locutus of Borg. And for John Araki with his Pixelate donated another. I hit it twice. So we'll give John Araki one more shot at it too, because we're all hoping for that kissing Dax. Oh man, John Araki keeps getting hippie Spock. Such bad luck. So we'll give Yosef one more chance too. No, wow. I wonder if it's a new thing where it remembers what it gave you. So Yosef Patrick, instead of giving his usual message from the future, says Lower Decks review featuring Sisko, Prey, and Charlie. Yosef, I highly doubt it, as Sisko Prey has to work tomorrow, so she's not going to have a lot of free time. She's going to be working from home, so it will be Mamo Prey and me with Charlie for most of the working day tomorrow. But you know what? It's not impossible. And John Araki puts in another $1 super chat, and I hope it works on this screen. It should. It just hasn't shown up yet in StreamYard. Thank you, John Araki. We'll hear it. We'll hear it when it comes. I'm keeping my fingers crossed in my brain for you. But there it is.
Captain's log, stardate.
There it is. Well, you got a solid Captain Kirk nod.
Place us some 4 hours from Earth.
That's not bad. Nobody can complain. But let's go back to the beginning of the chat. And I'll actually say there was somebody like 1 minute after I made this chat live, after I made this video live at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. this morning. And unfortunately, I forget the name of somebody, but I think it was Lee Crystal something. It was not a name I saw often in the chat. So probably a lurker more than a person who chats. But if you were that person, I did say Qapla to you. Yes, you were first, absolute first, early this morning. And then 47 Yorktown replied to you and me as well. But it's been so long that YouTube removed those comments. So the first comment I see is Josh Street with many sad faces and crying cat face and the universal sign of death, because Josh Street's cat passed away. So please join me in wishing Josh Street, whether he's here or not, our condolences on the passing of his pet, his beloved pet. He says, I had my cat Harvey for 16 years, and she went last night.
With Starfleet Command, Captain.
And she went last night. Didn't get her until she was 6 months old, but have been around her since she was 30 minutes old. My God, 16 years, an amazing life for a cat. And Josh Street, my deepest condolences to you. My first 2 animals were around that age. I don't know if they made it 16, but 14 or 15 years. My dog and my cat, they ended up going around the same time when I grew up. I feel very, very sad for you, Josh Street. And thank you, Rock Solid Productions, with another super chat. Says FML. family medical leave. I feel like I should know what that stands for, but I don't. So I'm sorry. Sorry to Josh Street. JD Boys also says sorry for his loss. And Joe Biden donated $1 and said, I sent you 900 dear bops. I need to make answers for me when I talk to the media, if I ever do, number 22. And I did see somebody asked me, FML means F my life. Oh, thank you. Sorry to hear that, Rock Solid. And I did see somebody ask, although I forget where it was, if I fixed the Dear Bop blank issue. Yes and no. Yes, in that if you try to submit it and it's not going to come through, you should get an error message. So it's fixed in the sense that I should never get another blank Dear Bop ever again. What's not fixed as to why it's causing it to go blank. We'll just have to figure that out. But there shouldn't be any more, feeling where you think you've sent the Dear Bop and it doesn't come through. What will happen now, if things work as I suspect they should, you will hit submit and you will get an immediate error. It just says error, message too short, use back button to fix. And then you hit back in your browser and whatever you typed or pasted in should still be there. Now, what you deal with it at that point, that's up to you. I'm not 100% sure. You might try looking for any funny looking characters. You might try pasting it all into Notepad and then pasting it back in. There's a few things you could try. Let's see if it becomes a problem or not. But that's where we are. So I've fixed the glitch, but I don't know. It's not as well as I'd hoped. I hoped I could fix it so that but since I can't recreate the error, I can't fix it. If somebody can pasting this article from this web page causes the error every time, then that's something I can recreate. Then I can attempt to fix the problem. For now, I only fixed the glitch. So we'll see how it goes. John Street says thanks to Bird and JD, and Thomas says sorry to hear to Josh Street. Wesley wants Dear Bop, and Thomas is sleeping. And Thomas says Wesley is the imposter. A callback to when we played Among Us yesterday. Very weird game. Very weird game. Wesley says Brutal Prey 5. Hello world, it's Wesley Crusher. I will be reading the Dear Bops from now on. Wow, Wes, that's a tremendous weight off my shoulders. That is awesome that you're stepping up to read the Dear Bops. And he also says, Bird of Prey, skip all the comments. Just push play. Don't even give any commentary review. Just take a nap during the stream. Well, Wes, I don't want to nap through this episode. This is a particularly good episode. This episode, which, by the way, for those who don't, I didn't go through it at the beginning. Today we are watching the season finale of season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Season 3, episode 26. Yes, they used to give 26 episode seasons. Can you imagine 26 episode seasons? We're lucky to get 13 episodes. Hell, Lucifer was 8 episodes. I know there's supposed to be more episodes. I don't know if or when they're coming. 8 episodes, 10 episodes for Lower Decks, 13 for Discovery, 26 episodes for season 3 of Deep Space Nine. It wasn't that long ago. So episode 26, The Adversary. And this episode begins with the promotion of Commander Sisko to Captain Sisko. And then a seemingly ordinary mission for the Defiant becomes anything but. And we have our first look at a changeling infiltrator. So this is a particularly good episode. It's actually not a cliffhanger in so much as like Best of Both Worlds or most of the other cliffhanger episodes. Like it's not a part one. It's just it ends the season, but there's no real cliffhanger except for the fact that we know the Dominion is becoming a threat. So that's going to be something interesting. And anyone goes, that's Sisko, right? No, spam, re-elect. I assume it re-elect Trump, but who the hell knows who is calling? It could be re-elect anybody, re-elect my local congressman. It doesn't have enough spaces on the phone to spell out. And they only ring once. But yeah, so this is a good episode. I'm not sleeping through this one, Wes. And unfortunately, the DS9 setup is not in StreamYard yet. But yeah, I can't have guests on in the XSplit setup. I do apologize. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Wesley says Commander's log, stardate 48959 point nothing. Sorry about that. Thomas says hashtag bird blocks Dear Bops. No, because I said that this was not a Dear Bop stream. This is a DS9 stream. Carlo Albanese, hail Karoga, Carlo. Wesley says the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Carlo says hiya. Hope everyone is as well as can be. Thank you, Carlo. I do too. I gotta tell you, it is a beautiful day outside. It's a little warm. The air is on a little bit. We're getting some beautiful breeze through the window, mixed with a little air conditioning. Just how I like it. Probably a little cold for Mamo Prey. Sassy is quite enjoying it. She's knocked out. Sassy is sleeping right in the middle of the breeze, where the breeze and the AC hit each other. Very nice day out. Wesley says, yay, I helped Karoga with that video. You did, Wes. You got a prime position. Your voice. Qapla, Qapla. And you, in your vision, Wesley's epic vision to get Gowron himself, the Chancellor himself, to do a Hail Karoga video, will always be important. And I love it. And now it's going to be at the start of all my videos. Wesley helped with that. Absolutely, you did, Wes. Thank you again. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. John Araki says, Qapla, John Araki. Yosef says, greetings from the future. Greetings, Yosef. Josh Street says, if you want to watch along with Bird, go to birdopray5.com and scroll down to the bottom for the screening room link. Absolutely. If you go to birdopray5.com, you can scroll down. There'll be a link to go to the Birdopray5 screening room. You can also just type the address in at the top of this video, birdopray5.com/SR into your browser. Now, leave your YouTube tab open and put this in a second tab or a different browser, and that will open the Birdopray5 screening room, and that will allow you to watch the episode as I watch the episode live. And if you leave YouTube open, you can hear me comment on the video. Now, if you have your own copy of the episode, even better, you can watch it on Hulu, Netflix, CBS All Access, and Amazon Prime Video, and possibly others out there. All have Star Trek Deep Space Nine for now available. Pixelate says, greetings, users and programs. Greetings, Pixelate. John Araki says, hump day. It is hump day, Wednesday. Hump day. Everybody remembers that Geico commercial? That was like the thing. That was the thing for like 2 years. Hump day. That Geico commercial. What's a camel's favorite day? Wednesday. Hump day. Say it. Say it. Say it. It's hump day. Hump day. I loved it. I loved it. And Mamo Prey loved the Geico commercial with the little piggy that went wee, 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 wee all the way home. Before she even knew had a smartphone, she asked me to make that wee, 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 wee sound her ringtone. She still had the old phone that just popped up with nothing particularly fancy on it, but it did have custom ringtones. And man, did that pig going wee 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 wee, did that annoy Sisko Prey. So I think now that Sisko Prey has Nephew O'Prey, we've got to get Nephew O'Prey to really like that wee 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 sound. And then she'll have no choice but to listen to it. Oh. Yes, hail Nephew O'Prey. Thank you, Carlo. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey. You are selling Nephew. No, I'm not selling Nephew. What are you talking about selling Nephew O'Prey? No, I said he was a quarter of a year old. I'm not selling him for a quarter. Wesley says, hail Nephew O'Prey, next leader of Kuroga. Absolutely. Pixelate reminded me about Blue Spots and Yosef's super chat. And John Iraqi says, beware the Krispy Kreme sneak attack. It was actually a Dunkin' Donut. And thank you for reminding me to put my shields up if Sisko Prey shows up during the stream. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey. The blue spots is your transwarp isn't mentioned in Trek 3 from Lore Reloaded. Yeah, basically. Although I would say that there is no universe in where transwarp is never mentioned in Star Trek 3. But there is a universe where Jadzia has blue spots, because I've been there. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Did you rewatch the first episode? I think I remember the first episode, her spots had blue line around the outside. I did bring up the first episode. Thank you, Wesley Crusher. I did bring up the first episode, and as close as I could see, I couldn't see any blue line. But, you know, the resolution, it was SD. The resolution is not that great on DS9 episodes. And Wesley with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Wes. Says, Wendy's chocolate frosty is the best choice, is the best choose. And he actually said Wendy's chocolate frosty is best to choose. I'm assuming he meant to say Wendy's Wendy's chocolate frosty is the best choice. And I tell you, Wes, as frosties go, yes, chocolate is my favorite. As gelatinous, non-dairy frozen treats go, as to McDonald's chocolate shake, Burger King's chocolate shake, or Frosty from Wendy's, I think I got to give it to the McDonald's chocolate shake. But Wendy's is a close second. I just prefer a shake I can sip with a straw. The Wendy's Frosty is a little too thick to sip with a straw for me. I find it a little too hard. Wesley says, Bird of Prey confirmed. Bird is from a different universe. Absolutely. We got some Dear Bop calls from Carlo and 47 Yorktown and Pixelate and Thomas Potts and Wesley Crusher. Qapla, Saul Leibowitz. Qapla and Carlos says, Bird of Prey, is that a new bridge image? It is not a new bridge image. This is the same one we've been using. However, next week, when we start Season 4 of Deep Space Nine, there is going to be a little bit of a difference. Be on the lookout for some differences next week. I got a new thumbnail layout for the video. We're going to have a different setup. Everything changes. Season 4 and onward, we're fancying the place up. So be on the lookout next week. And next week, don't forget, it is a two-parter. We are having Way of the Warrior parts 1 and 2 in a single double session next week. So we're going to classy this joint up. And Joe Biden, speaking of classy, donated $1 and says, Wesley isn't an imposter. He is me, the husband of Joe Biden. Number 22. Oh, Joe. Okay.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
And Bird of Prey just donated $1. Hello world, it's me, Bird of Prey 5. And remember, I like to suck things that are hard. That is what I just said. I hope that Thomas is still keeping a log of my wonderful quotes. Remember, I hate you all. I don't think said I like to suck things that are... I think I said the opposite. I said it was too hard. I like to be able... God damn it. You know what? Let's not ever talk about that again. Wesley says hit that like button. And you know what? I do know I totally owe you guys the pages 10 through 20 of the bird quotes. I will get around to doing that. I haven't forgotten. I mean, I forgot for a while, but I remembered when I went to Anti-Trekker's website to make some updates. I was like, oh shit, I completely forgot to do my BOP quotes, pages 10 through 20. So I will get to it, actually 11 through 20. I will get to it, probably be on the Bird of Prey 5X channel, like I think the last one was, but it's coming. And again, a good reminder to subscribe to the Bird of Prey 5X channel, which you can find if you go to birdofprey5.com. We got some more chats. We can keep reading some chats. Tubian says Kirk is not as good as kissing Dax, but I'll take it. Absolutely not. But it's, yes, like you said, it's a lot better than nothing. Algorima says son of a bitch, son of a bitch, son of a bitch, and one more son of a bitch. Joseph says, Josh Reed, I am sorry. As a cat owner, I feel you. Yes. Well, any animal is close to your heart. And I donated $1 again to myself. And I said, hello world, it's me, Bird of Prey 5. And I just remembered I did not say I like to suck on hard things. I like to suck on soft things. Then when they get hard, I stop. Man, I am such a tease. That's not a quote. You cannot use that as a quote. That is not, those were not my words. Those words were spoken by me, but those were not my words. Uncle Remus, F my life equals FML, as said Rock Solid also. Everybody told me what FML meant. Thank you guys. Wesley says, Rock Solid, are you okay? Thomas says, hashtag bird blocks dear bops. Dan23, Qapla Dan. Hello, and thank you, Dan, for all the recent Twitter images and videos you've sent. And what is that? $5 super chat? It'll pop up shortly. Rock Solid says too much to go into, Wes. I'm sorry to hear that, Rock Solid. And Rock Solid says Bird of Prey, pasting into Notepad and then into the form doesn't fix the issue. Well, Rock Solid, if you can, just email me or send me or Skype me or tweet me, whatever, a link to the page you're trying to paste in so that I can replicate the issue, and that would help. That would be a tremendous help. And Addy in stereo donated $5 through Super Chat. When does the Voyager live commentary start? Now, thank you, Addy. It's going to be a while before we get to Voyager. Listen, things could change because new people could come in and somebody could start doing things earlier than me. But we've got at least another couple of years before we finish Deep Space Nine. Assuming I'm still YouTubing at that point, my long-term plans were to go from Deep Space Nine directly to Enterprise. But who's to say what's going to happen 2 years from now? Or 3 years. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be Voyager. And Wesley Crusher donated $5. Wow, okay, thank you, Wesley. Says, hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5. Okay. Let me, since Wesley used his real name, let me do this right. Let me do this right. And he donated $5, not like this Bird of Prey who's donating $1 at a time. So let me do Wesley's right. Thank you again, whoever Birdo Prey 5 is. Wesley says, hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, and just like I need anything. Hello world, it's me, Birdo Prey 5, and just like Ron Burgundy from Anchorman, I read anything that's on the teleprompters. Anything. And Birdo Prey donated $1 and says, hello world, it's me, Birdo Prey 5. Have you seen how Kurogans like to educate women? However, ever wonder how we educate men? Well, just remember my last comment. Son of a bitch. Thomas Potts says, Birdo Prey, I just did 2 Dear Bops on my PC and iPad, which were blank, and then I sent them and got no message. Well, let's put it this way. If you had more than 15 blank spaces in it, then that would count as a message. I'm counting characters. If there's less than 15 characters total, you should totally get the error message. If you hit space a bunch of times, then you don't get the error message. But if you just hit submit immediately and all it says is Dear Bop, or you erase everything in there and just type hi or type nothing, and it's literally a blank message, it should error out. Joseph says, by the way, Bird is on camera today. Yes, I am. This is true. Thomas says, Bird of Prey blank as in they were blank yesterday. Okay. Well, today is a new day. I added the code this morning. Dan23 says, I never understood why they made someone in charge of a space station when they only a commander, which is the same rank as a first officer. Well, probably because they didn't feel that a captain was necessary. Remember, Deep Space Nine was not a prestigious assignment. Okay, really, nobody really wanted Deep Space Nine. I mean, Sisko was making plans to leave Starfleet. He was just taking this as like a last-ditch assignment, and he was going to transfer back to Earth so he could spend time with Jake. You know, a Deep Space Nine was an afterthought. It wasn't, remember, when he got the assignment, it wasn't the gateway to the Gamma Quadrant. It was just some old Cardassian hunk of junk in orbit of Bajor, which wasn't even a Federation world. Okay, so he got that command. He lucked out. I'm surprised that they didn't just can him and put in a full captain as commander once it became apparent how important Deep Space Nine was going to be to the Federation. He kind of lucked out. Just the way they wrote it. I could totally see you're not going to waste a talented captain, an experienced captain, to just be the head guy in charge on this space station orbiting some, world that's recovering from a war. You really don't expect anything to be an issue. I mean, it's like, who cares? Nobody really cared about Bajor except they wanted to get him into the Federation. The wormhole changed everything. Thomas is Joseph. I think it's his body double. Roxodds is Bird of Prey. Just resubmitted Dear Bob that came in blank previously. No error. Okay, well, I will check, you guys. I will check after we watch the episode in a few minutes. I'll check afterwards and see if any Dear Bops came in blank. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I'm on your couch waiting for the start of the episode. I promise I'll clean up when I leave so Mama Prey doesn't have to. Well, thank you, Carlo. Dan says, sometimes you get less episodes these days because episodes can be shorter or longer depending on episode time. Yeah, no, we get less episodes because, frankly, I think they know they don't have to give us as many episodes and we still watch. Also, I think, frankly, people are lazier. People in Hollywood are spoiled and lazy, and they don't want to work as hard as they used to. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Rockside Productions broke Dear Bop again. It's possible. Wesley says Bird of Prey. Okay, with the show now. We'll try. We'll try. Marcus Gallagher says hello, Bird and Chat. Qapla, Marcus. Blast Hard Cheese says, "What? This is a great episode. It is, and we need to get quickly to it." Dan23 says, "It's a good episode. Absolutely." Kennewick, Spapey, and Qapla Kennewick, haven't seen you in a while. Says screening room equal cool. Thank you. Carlos says it's a 10 degrees Celsius now here in Blackpool and raining again. Highest it's been is 12C. So thanks for rubbing it in. I'm sorry, Carlo, but 12C that's probably the temperature I'd like. Kennewick says, "I've been to the Isle of Man, kind of close to Blackpool." Anti-Tracker says, Qapla. Anti-Tracker, good to see you. Yes, after I stream, Anti-Tracker is going to stream. I know Anti-Tracker usually streams early on Wednesday, but for whatever reason, he was busy. So, yeah, I guess the sooner I'm done, the sooner Anti-Tracker could stream too. So let's try to get through the chat. Roxanne says, "Why do people call Wednesday hump day when most people get lucky on the weekend?" You know what? I don't know. It's a good point. It's a good point. Wesley says, "Oops, I'm not drunk enough to type." Well, wow, Wes. Do you have a drinking problem, Wesley? Is there something we need to know? Wesley says, "Anti-Tracker is lurking." Carlos says, "Kennewick, I've never been there. Was it a nice place?" I've seen the Isle of Man on a map, but that's as close as I've been. Wesley says, "I am Joe Biden." I don't know. Are you, Wes? You're asking me. I can't answer that. Thomas says, "Someone clipped that." Wesley's hysterical, laughing. Rock Solid says, "Notice I did not call for Dear Bob." Wesley says, "That's why I watched this." Jeff Franklin says, "Wesley Crusher, shut up, Joe." Shut up, Joe. Thomas says hello to Jeff Franklin. Jeff Franklin says hello, Thomas. Mark Andy says, "As long as there's no Bop XXX channel, all will be well." And there isn't. And Carlo is laughing. Carlo says, "You know what's going to be on Anti-Tracker stream tonight. Congratulations. Son of a bitch." Roxodds is Bird of Prey pasting live text. I don't know what live text is. Dan cheers. Thank you, Dan. Jeff Franklin says, Qapla, Jeff. Roxodds says, "Dear God, does this mean that we eventually have Bird of Prey, Discovery, and Picard watch-alongs? I hope I'm dead by then." No, Rock Solid. We're not going to have Discovery or Picard watch-alongs. Hail Karoga, Carlo. Wait, what? Says Carlo. Wesley is again laughing. Jeff is angry. Wesley says, "Bird of Prey, I'm dying here," laughing. Wesley says, "Jeff, come on and laugh with us." Jeff says, "Someone call 911 stat for Wesley." Dan23 says, "No, we don't need to do Discovery." No. Thomas Potts says, "Bird of Prey, maybe because the commander is in charge of a station and not a captain." Maybe. Roxodds is 12-hour bird stream. Dan23 says, "Thursdays, people can do Throwback Thursday on social media." And Dan says he's been places because he looked at them on a map. No, I've said it's as close as I've been is looking at it on a map. Well, I guess I've technically been as close when I was in London in 2005, but you know what I mean. No, we're not keeping the chat going, Rock Solid. It is time now to actually watch our episode so that we can end at a decent hour, so that Anti-Tracker can stream at a decent hour. And then I don't know what you guys are going to do or who's going to do what, but I assume someone is going to have to fill in for Life with Matthew, since Life with Matthew posted on Twitter the other day that he is not doing a virtual pub tonight. So hopefully one of you guys will step up. Maybe you guys have already made plans. If so, I don't know who's doing it, but I do hope, even though I never get to go to it, rarely get to go to the virtual pub, I do hope somebody does a virtual pub or a virtual pub substitute, because I know how much you guys enjoy it. So I do hope somebody takes care of that. It won't be me, because I need to sleep. Although if Nephew O'Prey is here, who knows what the schedule is going to be like. Robert Rose Jr. says, "Hello today, Bird O'Prey, Mum O'Prey, and Sassy." Thank you. Robert Rose. Addie says, I've seen Joe's new bridge background, and the only words that come to mind are lemon party. He has not seen the bridge background. He has not seen it. Rock Solid says, a decent hour is all relative. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Maybe one of the other Matthews will stream. Addie says, I'm going to live stream my bubble bath tonight. Rock says, it's virtual arcade. You can sleep when you're dead. Yeah, well, you should do the virtual arcade, Rock Solid. If you should do that, you should see if you can get that going. Okay, so it is now time to watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 26, The Adversary. If you've got your own copy, get ready to hit play. If you don't, go to the address above and watch it in the Bird of Prey 5 screening room. And I will count down. And if you can't go to the screening room and you don't have your own copy, then as always, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there will be screenshots, and you can watch along that way. And we will, I'm going to start the stream in, I have to shut off the audio so you guys don't hear the audio over the stream. And yes, that's off. And that's it. Rockslide says no one watches his live stream, so no need. People watch your live streams. I'm there. There's other people there. Anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And this is the most beautiful rendering of the station I've ever seen. And they start out trying to play us up, is that he's recording his last commander's log, and you think like it's ending. And Jake is saying, I don't know why Jake is the one to give him his 4th pip. I mean, as much as I love that it's his son, Jake isn't in Starfleet. How does, I don't know, do military people, do family members often give rank upgrades to their loved ones? Because it just doesn't seem right. But Jake just promoted Sisko to captain. Kira gave him a big congrats. Dax gave a big congrats. Odo comes over. Odo says he doesn't understand humanoid obsession with rank and title. He says if anybody deserves to be promoted, it's him. And then Eddington comes over and says as someone who is obsessed with rank and title, he says congrats. And O'Brien, congrats as well. And Quark comes in with some drinks. And he said, better not be replicated. And no, it's Chateau something, 2303. And Jake asks for permission to drink some of the champagne. And O'Brien gives the speech. Here's to the newest and best captain in Starfleet. He just did a big F you to Captain Picard. O'Brien served with Picard, but he admits that Sisko is the better captain. So now we've got a ambassador over. He said, thanks for coming, ambassador. He said, the pips look good. But he's like, I'm not really here for the ceremony. And he says, intelligence report. There's been a coup d'etat on the Zentaki homeworld. And nobody's going to miss the old government. But why was an ambassador bringing intelligence? I don't know. Maybe that happens more than I thought. But basically, the Federation needs to prove to the Zentaki, whoever takes over, that the Federation didn't forget about them. So he's giving Sisko orders to put a 1-week patrol along the borderlands with the Zenkanti. And he's going to go along as an observer because he's looking forward to seeing the Defiant in action. It's a fine. Sisko says she's a fine ship, and they go back to join the party, and they spontaneously start singing "For He's a Jolly Good Fellow," and all the verses. Now hip hip hooray! And he's putting his arm around Jake. He's so happy. And this is the last time we're going to see him with that hair on top, because next week, fourth season, he's finally able to shave off his head to be the way he wanted to look the entire time. Shaved head and a beard. That's the way the man wanted to look. So now they're on the Defiant, and he's telling O'Brien he wants a complete overhaul of the deflector. And he said something, Brian says if the Zenkathi try to start anything, they'll be ready for them. And O'Brien's opening up his toolbox, and you know, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. It's too easy. He's pulling something out. Look at that glowing stuff. He's got his tool out. He's hearing something. Something's going on. He heard something. He's saying, Captain? No, it's not the captain. It's not Sisko. Who is it? Who is it? Is it a wormhole alien? Did somebody leave a dog on board? Is it some type of new, never before seen life form? Is it Q? O'Brien's talking to himself that he's making himself crazy. He's blaming himself. Carlos says Sisko will soon be shaving his hair off. Yes, yes, he will. Thomas Potts is bird of prey. Notice no admiral in the room. Yeah, what the fuck? They couldn't spare an admiral? And Rock Solids is bird of prey Zenkathi. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Oh man, sorry. Carlos says I love the details and effort they put into making the ship's interior. Absolutely. Rock Solids is season 4. Sisko goes full hawk from Spencer for Hire. Also, he appeared in American History X. Thomas Potts has pulling something out. Looks like glowy stuff. Shaved Sisko is full Sisko, says Blast Hard Cheese. Absolutely. Anti-Trigger says, without looking, I thought Bird had lost it. I just realized that was supposed to be the DS9 theme. So Dax knows that Cassidy Yates is shipping, is on a route. He wants to tell her in person about his promotion. She's due back in about a month. Dax is like angry that there's nothing worse than a long distance relationship. And Sisko's like, it's not really a relationship. We only took her out once. He said maybe twice. Zia says, I think it's been 3 times. She has a nice sense of humor, Sisko says. What do you want to tell her? That you miss her. Tell her that you miss her, that you can't wait to see her. Are those spots blue? They're a little blue. They're a little blue. They're not quite blue. So Kira, O'Brien, they all want to hear something. So tell her when she gets back. He's going to take her to the holosuite, and they're going to watch the 7th game of the 1964 World Series. Captain on the bridge. First time they got to say that. All stations report. Helm is ready. Heptons. Odo gets communications for some reason. Seal the airlock. Release donkey clamps. Engage thrusters. They're clearing the station. And they're laying in, of course, the Zenkathi border at warp 8. Dax says, aye, aye, Captain. She's happy to say it. Engage. And they're off. And Miles is in a Jeffries tube. Carlos' bird of prey. She's missing a few spots on her left side. Oh, look, there are brown spots, says Thomas. Man, working in Jeffries tubes has to be painful. There's not even, like, they could carpet the floor at least, make it comfortable to sit on. Not that metal. And he's hearing more noises. Why don't you ask the computer to identify the source of the noise? Computer, identify the source of that noise. There is a changeling infiltrator in the port side Jeffries tube. Be too easy. Be too easy. I wonder who's, like, putting the camera through the Jeffries tube. It really can't be that long, right? Oh, Julian. Like, why didn't you answer me? He had the spanner in his mouth. Like, what are you doing here? He's connecting his new diagnostic console to the medical base power grid. He said he could have done it. And Bashir's like, I'm just putting my engineering extension courses to work. He's done. Where he's like, where are you going now? He's like, I'm done. I don't think that was the real Julian. Yeah, you better check up on his work. I mean, shouldn't, as chief engineer or whatever you are, chief of operations, shouldn't he have checked in with you before making any changes to the ship? Carlos's bird of prey, I commend you. You plan to make us look at Dax closer work. Hail Karoga. Your plan to make us look at Dax closer work. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Anti-triggers bird of prey. He had the spanner in his mouth. Wow, bird. That's with all the oral fixation for you today. That's what he said. Those were his words. Carlos's bird of prey. Is this the spoiler? Eddington wanted to see him. Sisko wanted to see Eddington. Says, please sit down. He knows Starfleet doesn't intend for this to be a combat mission. But just in case the Zenkathi have other ideas, he wants to make sure the ambassador is protected. And he's like, yep, if anything happens, he'll be escorted off the bridge. Sisko says he's not going to like it. And he said, don't worry, it's not going to be a problem. So basically, he's going to force the ambassador off the bridge. So Eddington says, Captain, I just want to say, I agree with what Chief O'Brien said about your promotion. It's about time. He preaches as the sentiment, but it really doesn't change anything. He has the assignment he wants. He has the crew that he wants. It doesn't really make much difference, the rank. And Eddington says, you'd be surprised. People don't enter Starfleet to become commanders or admirals for that. It's the captain's chair everyone has their eye on. That's what he wanted when he joined up. But you don't get to be a captain wearing a gold uniform. He says you can always transfer from security to command. He says, but then who would protect the ambassador? It's almost like they forgot Eddington turned them in earlier in the season for going against Admiral's orders. Right? He should still be wary of Eddington. Nobody should trust Eddington. They're 12 hours from the border. Roxanne's a bird of prey. The cameraman is point the camera through the Jeffries tube. Yeah, Sisko, shoot him now. You'll regret it later if you don't. They're hearing an audio. They've been attacked by Zenkathi warships. They don't know how much longer they can hold out. They've lost contact. He's like, try to reestablish. I think that goes without saying. When you lose contact, the natural reaction is to reestablish. It's just like, oh, we lost contact. Well, I'll stop trying to get them back. And anyway, Odo says it's no use. They're gone. Captain's log. They've been unable to reestablish contact. Therefore, he has no choice but to assume that we're at war with the Zentaki. Set up course for Zentaki Prime. Maximum warp. Continuous scams for Zentaki ships. Yosef says, Bird of Prey, Eddington has a trusty face. He is a good man and a lovable character. So the next ship is 20 hours away at maximum warp. To Captain Utabi on the Ulysses. They're having trouble getting out a message. They can't get any messages out. The console's functioning normally. There's problems is in the transceiver assembly. So he needs help. He needs help from Dax. So of course Kira takes over flying the ship. Do you really need help, O'Brien, or is this just better that two people see that there is some type of living bomb growing into the ship? It's a parasite. It's going within. There's no Janeway in this, Addie. This isn't Voyager. Oh, it's got a force field. Good thing it's not a fatal force field. Why would you put the door back on? He's like, we gotta check the other systems. He's got a bad feeling about this. He's got a bad feeling about this. These things are all over the ship. They attach themselves, command, communication, internal sensors, transporter, deflector, shield grid, everything. Almost every critical system. Is there any way to get past the force fields? He hasn't figured out yet. Maybe just beam it all off into space. How did they get aboard? Obviously, it's sabotage. He doesn't know who did it, but it definitely happened after they left the station. They weren't there then. Somebody aboard the ship is a saboteur. Maybe it's the one person that's never been on the show before. I just... He's wondering who could it be. He's like, it's nothing, but he did see crawling. He did see somebody crawling through the Jeffries tubes. Julian. He was connecting a medical console to the power grid, which is right next to the communications relay. Jax is like, are you accusing Julian of sabotage? It's like, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. But he wants to talk to Julian. And Dax says, wait, she has a better idea. What would be your better idea? So Sisko saying this crew has been through a lot together. But after looking at the evidence, there's only one conclusion I can draw. Someone on this ship is guilty of sabotage. And he looks at Eddington. Oh, he says, with his permission, Captain, the constable and him can start questioning the crew. And Sisko says that's not important. Doesn't need to be not necessary. They found that somebody was exposed to a trace amount of particles. So whoever did it was exposed to the tetrion particles. So they're going to scan everybody. They're going to start with the senior staff and O'Brien and Dax. O'Brien and Dax already test positive because they opened it up. And they've already, of course, he said, if nobody else tests positive, they'll be the prime suspects. So they're scanning Sisko. Julian looks a little worried, a little suspicious. Sisko's clear. Kira says, do her next. Okay, we'll do you next. Oh, that's not what you meant. That's not what you meant. Bird of Prey, Jadzia is Janeway 1.0. Voyager's Janeway is Janeway 2.0. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is just not true. So Kira is clear. So now Dax has to do Julian. And she's suspecting he might be high. And like everybody is expecting Julian to be it. Eddington's getting his gun ready. And even O'Brien is like overwatching. Nothing. He's like, you sound relieved. After all, you were in that conduit the other day. And now, but Bashir said, I was never in any conduit. And the ambassador said, certainly, but it's coming back positive. And he smiles and he turns. He's a shapeshifter. He's a shapeshifter. The ambassador was a changeling. And Sisko just sits down and punches the chair. Goddamn shapeshifters. And they're all looking at Odo. Thomas is Josh Reed. Bird of Prey is Janeway 3.0. I don't think so. Okay, calls for a full stop. So advise security teams immediately. He wants the changeling found before he can do any more damage. Helm's not responding. They can't deactivate the... Who activated the cloaking device? Why was the cloaking device ever activated? The photon torpedoes are armed and ready to launch. They have no control of the ship. Well, you got to blow up the ship. The security teams have gone over every centimeter of the ship. There's no trace of the changeling. Maybe you should have gone over every inch of the ship. I don't know. Maybe he's an Imperial changeling. He's like, with the right technology, it's possible he could have got off the ship. No, Odo knows he's still here. He won't leave until he's completed his mission, says Odo. No, Bashir's like, well, what's his mission? And Sisko says, it looks like the Dominion is looking to start a war between the Dominion, between the Federation and the Zentaki. And it says it could have been faked. So we don't know what's going on. Looks like the entire mission could have been created by the Dominion. We've been all over the ship. And they haven't seen the trace of the real ambassador, or his remains. He was probably replaced before they left the station. The real ambassador never came to Deep Space Nine at all. So everything the ambassador told them is probably a lie. Increased tension on the border, threat of the attack. Nobody thought to Google it before they left. Nobody said, let me turn into the Federation news service and hear about this increased tensions on the border. So they're going to the border. They're going to cause a problem rather than prevent one. A war between the Federation and Zentaki would destabilize the Alpha Quadrant. But this is a species we've never heard of before. And if we did, they clearly are not that important. So now this is where Odo says, if you scan me when he's a rock, you get a rock. But so scanning with the sensors isn't going to do anything. If he scan him as a human, he comes back as a human. The changeling could be anything or anyone on the ship. And Sisko's like, we have to narrow his options. It's like, send all non-essential personnel to their quarters and seal them in. That seems extreme. I would not want to be a non-essential person. No one's to be left alone. Buddy up. The buddy system. Addy in stereo says, hashtag shapeshifter lives matter. Not on the Defiant, they don't. Carlos' Bird of Prey. Maybe it was the stuff infecting the systems. Maybe. Anti-Trigger says, computer activate Bird of Prey 5 protocol. Confirmed ejecting all orphans into space. Josh Street says, Thomas, no anti-trigger is Janeway 3.0. Bird of Prey is Janeway 4.0. And after 2 seasons of STD, 4.5. And season 3, Lower Feck, is Janeway 5.0. Lower Deck. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Who used the buddy system first, Voyager or DS9? DS9. I don't think Voyager has left DS9 yet. This is only the 3rd season. Voyager hasn't happened yet. Anti-Trigger says, well, considering you just described yourself as the perfect Bond villain. Oh, Mamo Prey, did I hear correctly? Sisko Prey is not coming today? 7 in the morning. Okay. So Odo says in his history, no changeling has ever harmed another. He'd hate to be the first. He's been a security officer most of his humanoid existence. And all that time, he never found it necessary to fire a weapon or take a life. He doesn't intend to start now. O'Brien, he needs a security team in the engine room immediately. I gotta take my pill. Oh, he went down the hall. Jadzia has a severe concussion. Harry, gotta get Jadzia to medbay immediately. Bashir's like, take off her clothes. No. Why, doctor? It's in her head. You can't be too sure. Gotta check her body for leeches. And now O'Brien is alone? Yeah, that got rid of him. Oh, Dax is still unconscious. I gotta take my pill. He could use a neurostimulator. That could cause brain damage. You know. So Chief O'Brien's going to have to regain control of the ship without her. The changeling, very clever, taking Dax out makes it much harder. Says one thing, sure, we're not going to start a war with the Zentaki. If O'Brien can't fix it before he cuts the border, we'll have no choice but to destroy the Defiant. Always one of those episodes. You always go to blowing up the damn ship. Phaser rifles. Low enough to prevent damaging equipment, but high enough to affect the changeling. What if the changeling was right on the wall? Miss Bolian doesn't trust Kira. Kira knows exactly how he feels. And it says Kira's got to go first. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, Voyager would have been at DS9 sometime right before or after Season 4 started with the Maquis in full-out war with the Cardis. Yeah. Addie says, I was hoping for a malfunctioning holodeck episode. There's no holodeck on the Defiant. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Every captain wants to copy Kirk. And Thomas's Bird of Prey is eating orphan jerky. No, these are pretzel sticks. They're pretzel sticks. So they're asking, where would Odo be if he was him? Odo says, I want to know. I'm not him. So put yourself in his position. You are one of his people. He thought about it. Truth is, he doesn't understand his people all that well. I know what I would do. I would be one of those dumb little things on the wall that nobody's ever going to check, and I would just stay there until I have to move. And then I would just, as soon as somebody passed, I'd move to where I need to go, and that would be it. Like, they're not going to shoot at every inch of the ship. You know, you could put yourself around one of the bars on that ladder and just be an extra millimeter thick. No one's going to notice. Joseph didn't know you can turn orphans into pretzels. Addie says, I bet those pretzels Joe is eating are nice and hard, just the way. Oh, why? Why would the changeling strangle somebody when it'd be much easier making a sharp point and killing him like the Terminator in Terminator 2? And Sisko just said that the changeling's heading to the lower deck. He's heading to the lower decks. Now Sisko's alone, though, so he should have to be brought to the brig. Did he just leave a body? The bowling. So the changeling is right over there. It's Kira. Kira says, it's me, Kira. Put your phaser down. We're on our way to meet you. And he's like, he opens fire. He's like, oh my God, this is Among Us all over again. Who's the imposter? I had no idea when I played it yesterday. This is the episode that is based on the game Among Us. Who's the imposter? He can't put his weapon down. Kira says, you heard him. And Odo punches him in the face. What happened? How long have the two of you been apart? Is it at least a minute? Then we've got a problem. Any one of us could be the changeling. You, Kira, Eddington, even me. These are not you. You're bleeding. And this is where they finally get the idea to do blood tests. When blood leaves a humanoid body, it's still blood. But when any part of him separates from him, or reverts back to a gelatinous state, we can do blood testing. Sisko to Bashir. Stick everybody with needles. Stick everybody with needles. Thomas's bird of prey, it's Wesley, they should find him. Anti-Trace is low, took the words right out of my mouth, Joseph. Yeah. Shouldn't take long. And Bolian has blue blood like Dax's spots. He's satisfied. Kira again volunteers to go. You're using the same needle. Don't you know not to share needles? Did they know that nobody thought to make Julian test himself? There's no point in obtaining a sample from the constable. That just leaves the three of us. So Eddington says, let's get this over with. And Sisko should know you cannot trust the results of the test until you test the doctor. And he's doing it behind his back. And they both put their phasers at him. Eddington also should be smart enough to know that means the doctor's the changeling. And there is Bashir. I'm disappointed in them. It took them that long to figure out that Bashir was the changeling. Odo's on. They're entering Zenkathe space, but they're cloaked. Thomas's bird of prey. Why did he take so much more blood than from Kira? Because he wanted to make it look good? Thomas's bird of prey, they should test Odo. They should have. They should have tested Odo just to make sure it worked like they thought it would. Roxas's blood in COVID testing. It seems like it. They're headed right for the Zenkathe settlement on some other planet. Zenkathis 3? 12 minutes. Zenkathe. Yeah. Start the auto-destruct sequence. Authorization Sisko Alpha 1. Alpha. That is a terrible password. Additional authorization required. Why would Kira get authorization on the Defiant? A Federation ship. A Starfleet ship. When she's not even in Starfleet. She's first officer of the station. She's not first officer of the Defiant. Auto-destruct sequence armed. Let the countdown for 10 minutes. Sisko 1-5 destruct. Mark. Now, why didn't the changeling take the auto-destruct offline? Eddington's not happy. I wouldn't be either. I'd really question their intelligence. No, Sassy. Yeah, not tonight, Sassy. So Siso Prey's coming in the morning. We had a change of plans. Sassy's still looking now. Causes bird of prey. Who chooses who can set the self-destruct? Sisko or someone else? I would imagine that any senior command level, any 2 command level officers can do the self-destruct. So Dr. Bashir has done all he can. Now it's up to Chief O'Brien and some random engineer. Auto-destruct in 6 minutes. Nothing to make O'Brien work faster than the possibility of destroying the ship. And nobody's getting into any escape pods. And there's the... Oh, it's Odo. He's like, where's the changeling? I lost him in the conduits. And there's another Odo. Wait, it's me, Odo. Okay, so who played darts? Remember the last time we went kayaking in the Hollow Suites? You had Last Chief for lunch. He says, but you forgot to bring a fork. Anyone could have got that info. How did they get that info? Did he put it in the log? Shoot us both. He's got more important things to do than play Choose the Changeling. Creep the phaser on both of them. Just shoot them both. Stun them. Shuttle base door. Oh, okay. Shuttle bay doors are sealed. The evacuation pods are locked down. Causes bird of prey CCFV or CCTV or better. Auto destruct in 4 minutes. Warp core field breach. Okay. Shut down the main power grid. Oh, and we find the real changeling. And Odo's fighting the real changeling. Really feels like no changeling has ever harmed another. It really looks like that changeling is like, why are you protecting the solids? You belong with us. You've lost. Besides, it's too late to help them. It's not to help yourself. Leave with them. They can escape. And Odo's like, I don't think so. And he is like doing the changeling strangulation of a changeling. And right into the warp core. And he's getting zapped. Auto destruct in 2 minutes. You've got to regain control of the ship. You got 2 minutes. And we've never seen a changeling die before. But now we're seeing it. I never wanted to hurt you. Yes, you did. I have a super secret message just for you, Odo. Just for you. Oh my God. The humanity. The humanity. He turns into ashes to ashes, dust to dust. O'Brien restored control to the helm. She's all yours. Okay, take him away from the settlement. End auto destruct. Computer, end auto destruct. Sequence Sisko. Whatever, Omega 4. And Kira concurs. Okay, phaser banks powering down. Self-destruct has been turned off. Everybody's happy. Take us home. Captain's log, supplemental. They returned to the station without further incident, but he's concerned about his chief of security, who isn't so great since they left St. Kathy's space. The real ambassador was on his way to Ryza for vacation, never got there. Starfleet security believes he's been kidnapped, possibly killed. What about the coup on the St. Kathy homeworld? It never happened. Somebody should have checked the news. We want a detailed report from each of us. And Odo comes in. And like, are you all right? He says he's fine. He hopes he's not interrupting. No, it's just this meeting of the senior staff of everyone but you, Odo. We chose not to invite you because you're a changeling. So Odo says, Captain, there's something you need to know. And the changeling, before he died, he whispered something to me. He said, you're too late. We are everywhere. That's it. Blood's greetings for everybody in the Federation. Executive producer, Rick Berman. I tell you, DS9 never looked so good. The station. In this episode, I don't know if they changed the model or they put some filter on the video, but I'm telling you, the station itself, the exterior shots, never looked so good. Never looked so good. Another awesome episode, and what's a string of awesome episodes to come. We end season 3 with a brilliant episode. No typical cliffhanger. No typical cliffhanger, but a brilliant episode. And I appreciated it. That I didn't have to wait a freaking 6 months. Oh boy. Remember at that time, 6 months? 6 months used to be a long time to wait. Now we wait a year and a half. We wait a year and a half, sometimes 2 years. Hell, it's going to be God knows how long before we get the Orville again. But we routinely wait a year, year and a half these days for next seasons. A year, year and a half. You know, Game of Thrones, we were waiting a year and a half, almost 2 years at one point. A lot of series we wait, 12 months to 13 months, 14 months, 15 months, 16 months till the next season. We waited 6 months for the next season of DS9, and I thought it was a long freaking time. I couldn't take it. Okay, this originally aired June 19th. So I would have come back. It probably wasn't even 12 months. It was probably 4 months till the next season started. And I thought it was way too long. Now, Jesus Christ, can you imagine the series came back 4 months later? I'd be like, what? What's wrong? Did they forget to air several episodes? I don't understand. Now we've gone down to 10 episode seasons, and we wait a year plus between seasons, sometimes 2 years between seasons. It's such bullshit. It is such bullshit. But yeah, this was a good episode. DS9 has found its footing, and it's all bright skies and bushy tails from here on out, people. This is it. This is great ending, says Blast Hard Cheese. Absolutely. You want to know an episode that's a 9? This is an episode that's a 9. Easy 9. Anti-Trigger says, no cliffhanger. You're too late. We are everywhere. But it's not a typical cliffhanger. Like, oh my God, we got to rescue, or we're going to rescue Jean-Luc Picard, or I'm Locutus of Borg. Okay. It's not a part 1, part 2 episode. This was just whatever. Jaws reaches Bird of Prey. This is when they started to add details with CGI and the outside DS9. Well, I tell you, Josh Street, whatever it is they did, it looked much better this episode than we've been watching this for a long time now, a couple of years, and this was by far the best looking episode I had seen. And Ensign Ricky just donated $5 through Super Chat just because. Thank you so much, Ensign Ricky. Just because is my favorite reason to get a Super Chat. I greatly appreciate it. And you know what? Thank you, Ensign Ricky. I'm going to play it again just because I can. There we go. So we don't always get the same one. You know what? I'm going to play it a third time. Just because I can. Come on, Kissing Dax. Come on, Kissing Dax. Okay, we didn't get Kissing Dax. But we will live. We will live. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, Siso Prey, Chico Prey, and fellow nerds. Greetings, Mountains of Elysium, Qapla. Thomas Potts says, but Birdo Prey, you said the Orville was canceled. So how is there a third season? The Orville was canceled from Fox. It was picked up by Hulu. And then there was a virus. And frankly, it's been canceled again. But Hulu is going to finish out the third season when they can. And Mountains of Elysium says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of Andorians, eater of Pakled, stalker of Klingons, the filer of Vulcans, and scourge of Cardassia. Aroo! Thank you, Mountains of Elysium. Blast Hard Cheese says, I think Bird means he wants Discovery 52 weeks per year. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Pixelate with a $2 super chat. Kiss me, Dax, with those blue spots. So absolutely, when I would think of Dax, she had those blue spots. I think she'd look better with blue spots, to be fair. Pixelate says it was a defined paranoia. It was the Defiant Paranoia. Carlos says, "Wow, no luck today. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do." And yes, so while we can't get the kissing Dax, well, you know what? We'll try. We'll try John Araki one time, because John Araki has good luck sometimes. Come on. Oh no, smacking Kirk. Okay, we'll try Rock Solid. Hypnotoad. Hey, I like Hypnotoad. We're going to be seeing Hypnotoad in our Futurama Sundays coming up. We started last week. Beautiful. Best thing in a while. And Rock Solid, another $2 Rock Solid redo. That was me redoing it. No luck. Wesley will redo Wesley's. And no luck. No kissing Dax there. Oh, I know what we could do. We can do Joe Biden, which has a 1 in 5 chance. Oh, Pixelate put in $2 again and says, "I said kiss me." I don't know. Are you gonna get it, Pixelate? Are you gonna get it? Dun 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 dun. Come on. Show us. I feel like I'm the guy who hosts Family Feud. Show us kissing Dax. You got eyebrow Dax. We're close. You're really close. Really close. Okay, let's do a Joe Biden donation. Come on. Oh. Let's do Berto Prey 5 donation. We know we can get it. Ah! Come on. There's got to be some way. Dr. Scotty with a $3 super chat says they'll give it a shot. Come on, Dr. Scotty. Let's give it out to Dr. Scotty. That was me again. Come on, Dr. Scotty. Damn it. Where is Kissing Dax? What happened to Kissing Dax? We're going to try. I'm not leaving till we get Kissing Dax. Eyebrow Dax. We'll try Joe Biden again. Oh, we got it. Look at those brown spots. Oh, man. Well, I feel relieved. You thought they were purple? Pixelates is effing tease. We got it. There you go. Everybody goes happy tonight. Everybody gets lucky at the DS9 Wednesday stream. And with that, guys, thank you all so much for coming and watching, and the super chats and the donations. And Bird of Prey donated $1. Says, "Hello world, I'm just skipping the heck out of these super chats because I suck." I didn't skip any super chats. Did I skip a super chat? If I skipped a super chat, please let me know. I don't think I did. I said there were 2 Pixelate ones, Dr. Scotty, Ensign Ricky. I didn't miss any other super chats. See, people. So, okay, before we go, I do want to bring up, I do want to check on what's going on with Dear Bot. Anti-Trigger says you skipped 2 or 3. There were ones I replayed, Anti-Tracker. I had already done them, if that's what you're talking about. Bird of Prey says, "Oh, did I?" Bird of Prey donated $1 and said, "Hello world, it's me, Bird of Prey 5. And I skipped my own super chats because I'm a dick." Speaking of dicks, Crunchy. Okay. Hello world. I'm just skipping the heck out of super chats because I suck. Hello world, it's me, Bird of Prey 5, and I skipped my own super chat. I read that already. Hello world, it's me, Bird of Prey 5. Do you know why I like orphan pretzels? Because they're hard. I apologize. I thought those was me replaying the super chats. And Resolute Jones. Resolute Germ just got kissing Dax with $1 donation that says F Twitter. F Twitter indeed. What happened to Twitter, Resolute? Did you get banned? Why are you effing Twitter? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just curious if there something of specific interest happened. Let me go check what's going on with the Dear Bops and see if any blank ones came in today. If I'm right, I should not have been able to get any blank Dear Bops. But we'll see. We'll see what happened. They suspended you? Those bastards. What did they suspend you for? What did they suspend you for? It would appear all the Dear Bops are at least 2 kilobytes in size. Oh no. Huh. It is blank. What the fuck? Another blank one. Huh. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. Out of Google search. Now that one came through. Oh, so Gary is saying he's trying to send this off of Google search. Okay. I won't show that, but thank you, Gary. I will work on this. This should be enough info to figure it out. I would not have guessed. I would not have guessed it would have not worked. I'm sorry to hear, Resolute. Resolute says, I tweeted a happy dino joking about sleeping at a safety meeting. Wow. Ensign Ricky's and Bird of Prey, the episode was super important because it's the episode where Sisko gets promoted, as well as the episode where Iron Steve Bear took full control of DS9. It was his show from this point on. Awesome. Pigsley says, if you can't figure it out, I can help you later. Nah, I'll get it. Thank you. It's just a PHP issue, probably. Coalition issue. Carlos says, rip Dear Bop. No, Dear Bop still works. Okay, it's not working any less than it did the other day. Thomas says, Bird of Prey, all I sent was, what is 4 plus 2? Gotcha. And Resolute is just guessing that was the last thing I did. Okay. And Pixelate with a $2 super chat. Again, thank you, Pixelate. Says, it's your recapture. I located the error. The recapture. I mean, I highly doubt the recapture is causing the error. I mean, it works fine. It's when things get pasted in. I'm getting an error on your page. Invalid API parameters. Okay, but that's probably not causing this error. I'll take a look, but that's probably not the cause of this error. But thank you. So guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. And I want to thank you all so much for being so generous and so happy, and so many people to come today and spend time watching DS9 and rewatching DS9. It is a tribute. And next week, like I told you, we've got nice big improvements coming next week. I can't wait to share them with you. And yes, Way of the Warrior parts 1 and 2 will be a week from today. So I don't know, I might start a little early. Next week. We'll see how it goes. Although, to be honest, when I start at 5, we definitely get a bigger audience. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you all so much. Anti-Tracker is going to be streaming sometime. I don't know if it's very soon or in a couple hours. Anti-Tracker, if you're still here, if you have any idea when you're streaming, please let us know. And if anyone else is streaming later, if I can, I'll be there. But since Sisko Prey is coming early in the morning, I will probably call it an early night to get some good sleep tonight. I'm not going to get a lot of sleep the following night. And Anti-Tracker, I guess we're also curious if you're going to be going live with Lower Decks. Okay, Anti-Tracker's streaming soon, so we can ask him on his stream what his plans are. Qapla all, take care, good evening, and you know what? I'm going to play the opening credits one more time because I don't know if Anti-Tracker has seen it yet. But we're ending after this.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest
Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail heroic. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to keep your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. You here to make war? We surrender. False word. Important news are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since, tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.